Guys, I'm really excited, man. I get to graduate college next Saturday, and that's a pretty major thing in anyone's life. But I guess the reason why I'm so emotional is because I'm about to tell you a story that I've never told this publicly. I've told it to my close friends. Of course, family members know the story, but just to give number one all the glory to God for kind of allowing me to go through this incredible journey to get to this place at 33 years old. I get it. I'm not graduating college at 21, but you're going to soon find out just how crazy it was for me to even get here to begin with. So, I guess let's get into it. So basically, I went through a major, crazy childhood. So I actually didn't start kindergarten until I was 6 or 7 years old. And I really did well. That's one thing I can say is throughout all my schooling, I did pretty good with it. I was always on A and B honor roll and stuff. If you saw my last Facebook post, I kind of alluded to the fact that we were homeless for a while as children. And crazy enough, that's actually not the craziest thing about my childhood, but we'll get into that maybe down the road somewhere. Like I said, I was in Mrs. Jones' class in Alderson, West Virginia, and in kindergarten. My mother was pregnant with my youngest sister, Anna, and she was very premature. My mom was dealing with a lot of, health complications. So I had to leave kindergarten at about the halfway mark, maybe a little over the halfway mark. So at that point, we moved to Tennessee and then went through some homelessness. So the very next grade that I accomplished was the second grade. So I went straight from half a year in kindergarten to the second grade. And that's when we kind of moved back here to West Virginia, and I went to Miss Pennington's class in second grade in Rupert, West Virginia. And anyways, I did really well. I won a lot of awards, got a lot of trophies, particularly in math and spelling. And then I skipped the third grade altogether. I took a test at the West Virginia Department of Health or Department of Education or whatever. And I went straight to the fourth grade. So I went to Miss Gurley's class in the fourth grade in Ronsford, West Virginia. Now, Miss Gurley still works as a substitute because my son had her here on myself, which I thought was kind of fun. I really excelled. I did really well in fourth grade. So I went to fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. So at the end of my eighth grade year, my, sorry about that, my cat keeps trying to climb up stuff. But at the end of my eighth grade year, that summer, my dad had committed suicide. So it's kind of dramatic, sorry. And I knew very quickly that I was not going to pass high school. So basically, once I got into ninth grade, I was on all this medicine, and I had straight zeros. So I did not have a GPA. That's how bad it was. They didn't even bother to waste the ink to put 0 on my GPA. So I had two options, either one, totally flunk out, or two, go to military school. So I went to the Mountaineer Challenge Academy. Now, to make this really dramatic, I was 16 years old, and I get to listen to drill sergeants, scream in my face every single day. This is within a couple months after my dad had died, so extremely stressful, not conducive to mental health at all. But while you were in military school, they helped you to prepare for your GED. Now, that same school now gives you a diploma from your local high school, which I kind of find messed up, but So I go to the military school and I get out, and my grandmother wanted a lot of milk. She helped me to make sure I got to the GED testing center and stuff. So at 16 years old, I received my GED. So let's just recap for a second. I went to half a year of kindergarten, 2nd grade, 4th grade, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. So that makes about 6 years, 7 years of schooling. So I don't do another schooling until I decide to go to college in my 30s, which I cannot express to you just how stressful and challenging that was, because for me, I got federal Pell Grants because of where I was kind of orphaned, so I didn't really have to pay for much. I do have a little bit of debt, but not much. It's like $3,000 or $4,000. And the thing about it was, though, is if I failed, I would have to pay all that money back. So I would be in crippling debt, and I'd be in crippling debt and fail at the same time. So there was no guarantee in success. I was really far behind, but due to mostly my wife's help and a couple things that I just was not prepared to do, such as accounting, she really helped me with that. And also my boss, Kim Thomas, and her husband, Mr. Thomas, them creating a business that allowed me to live a good life and keep a livable income while also remaining schedule-wise able to do my classes. It would not have been possible without them. At the bottom of my degree, it should probably say Autumn Atwell and Kim Thomas in little annotations. It's difficult to admit some of this stuff on camera, you know, but I guess I just wanted to kind of tell the story. So I got my commencement reader cards here, and it might be backwards for your screen, I don't know, but I will graduate Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Data Analysis, magna cum laude. Sounds kind of cool. I guess I got pretty good grades. I was really appreciative, and I thank God for allowing me to do this. I mean, you know, I thought I was going to be, you know, a West Virginia trailer park kid with a GED my whole life. And it's difficult to admit that you're wrong at something in your 30s and go and try. So I do give myself credit for that part. Yeah. Well, anyways, if you want to help me with the next step of my journey, I'll leave like my PayPal and like CashApp in the post, and maybe my mailing address or something. I don't really have a lot of family, so no flowers for me at graduation, you know. But yeah, all glory to God for bringing us through, you know, all these rough times and getting to a place of positivity. And thank you to Liberty University, a good, you know, Division I Christian college. I appreciate them for giving me the opportunity to try to go back to school in the first place. They didn't have to accept me. So, if you've watched this video to this point, I appreciate you. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.